Good evening. Until late this week, it has been a cheap fill-up at the pumps, but on the flip side, the lowest price of oil since 2009 is causing a lot of uncertainty and concerns across Alberta.
It's not unusual to see wild fluctuations. The specter of a $500 million deficit has many both in the public and private sector planning for the worst, including institutions like NAIT that train many workers in the oil field. Jenna Hamilton is live in our news center with more. Jenna?
With the price of oil falling well below what most Albertans are used to, many would just like to know what the future holds for the province and the oil industry. With the oil industry's history of booms and busts, Alberta finds itself in its latest bust, with talks of a possible recession. Chief Economist John Rose is optimistic that won't be the case.
2008-9, where we saw a similar steep fall in oil prices. But you have to remember that the global context, and in fact the Canadian context, is very different. Most of the rest of the developed world was in recession back in 2008 and 9. This time around, the United States in particular is doing quite well. The rest of Canada continues to grow. So that's going to provide us with a bit of a buffer.
With gas prices being the lowest many Albertans have seen in years, students entering the oil and gas industry are wondering if there will be jobs come graduation. Finding jobs within the industry may become more difficult, but possible. What's concerning students is if the province will enter a recession or not.
Hopefully the prices will climb up here again this spring, but if they stay this low or keep dropping, then I definitely see a recession happening.
The slowdown of the oil industry is evident, with major companies shutting down their capital projects and laying off workers. The government is hopeful that production will pick up soon. Alberta's economy is still expected to grow 2.5 to 3%, but compared to the last 4 years, where we've seen an annual growth of 4.6%.
Will jobs not related directly to the oil industry be affected?
With the decline in oil, the provincial government is looking at a $7 billion hole in their budget. Jobs directly related to provincial funding, such as healthcare, education, or public administration, may be affected.
So how is the government looking to make up the $7 billion loss of revenue?
Premier Prentice has yet to announce anything official, but there has been talk of a provincial sales tax. He's looking to hear from Albertans on that issue.
Thanks, Jenna. That's Jenna Hamilton reporting live from our news center tonight.